patch Luna 2 is shaping up to be very interesting because, well, not only the Archon quest is probably going to be amazing with that rare fight against Columbina, but also the UGC that is coming. I'm very excited for that. But while apart from that, one of the more important thing of every patch are the banner characters themselves, and this time around we've got Nefer, Furina, Arlecchino, and Zhongli. Pretty interesting character lineup. The reruns are looking decent as well, which is why there's going to be a bit of a discussion on the character for you guys before you finalize your pooling decision. If you're new to the channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe, as it is a free way to support the channel and not miss out on future Genshin videos. With that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Nefer, as well as so many other amazing Not Cry character, is going to be coming soon, and I know that many of you are trying to get them. So if you're planning to swipe for pooling, then don't forget to check out Loot Bar. If you know me, I've been recommending you guys Loot Bar before, since you can always save almost a 25% on all of your top-ups. With over 100,000 orders and so many good reviews at this point, you can be sure that Loot Bar is trustworthy. Here you can see my order receipts of all of my top-ups that I have done. A 6.0 is the anniversary patch. Loot Bar is holding a special discount for the all-in-one bundle, and it's actually a pretty nice discount. Other than that, you will also be able to claim 15% coupon as well as 3% coupons for the rewards as well. So guys, be sure to check out Loot Bar through the link in my description, as it can be a great way for you to save your money, especially if you are topping up a large amount. First off, we have Nefer. Well, I just have to say that if you guys are into the meta, you're looking for a really nice DPS character wise to get your team to the next level, Nefer is most likely the character that will be able to help you to achieve that if you are using her in the right condition, of course. One of the more restrictive DPS character we've got in a long while, because honestly speaking, you would love to have Lauma onto her team. If you brute force having Nefer without Lauma on her team, I mean, well, at that point, I just rather you use a different Dendro DPS character, and you're probably going to be better off with that, which is definitely not a likable trend if Genshin Impact keep on releasing character that is insanely reliable on another supportive character, as many of us probably don't have Lauma since you're saving future characters. But if you really do like Nefer as a preference character, I think she's going to be great. You can still use her without Lauma, but it is going to be quite a bit of a DPS loss, roughly around a 30%. But even if you don't have Lauma right now, you can still survive and potentially pull for Lauma once again whenever she comes back, and that's where you can unlock the maximum potential of a Nefer then. Sad thing though is that she can't use alongside with Nilou, but I kind of understand because Genshin probably wants to create another character that doesn't want to be used on Nilou team specifically, especially with the new Lunar Bloom kind of team being present. So Nefer having a bit of a newly kit being designed like this will allow you to play around with the more recent Not Cry character being introduced, rather than focusing on building the older kind of teams, which is the whole point of releasing new characters and new meta reactions in the first place. So yes, Nefer is going to be able to deal you really nice number, but again, I really do think that she is a preference character. You probably only got to pull for her if you really do like her, but other than that, rerun character are something of a special in this patch as well. Arlecchino became the best pyro DPS character when she released, outpacing Hu Tao slightly, and up until this point she's still an absolutely powerful character, just behind Mavuika, which is again a sad trend because any character that is released after it is better than the character that are released before. So yes, again, if you're looking into the meta, just get Mavuika. It's gonna be quite a bit of a better pyro DPS character than Arlecchino herself. So again, Arlecchino is a preference character, but it doesn't mean that she is bad. Arlecchino is still capable of dishing out really nice pyro numbers. It's a little bit hard to play her at times, obviously, because surrounding, you know, the non-healable kind of mechanic around a Fontaine character in the past. But whenever we're talking about damage number, she's still capable of doing it really nicely. However, the story is slightly different if you are looking to invest into her constellations, because Arlecchino has one of the better C1 and C2 out there in the entire game, where it does allow her to have a lot more damage increase whenever you invest into her. Now obviously again, if you do take all the gems and invest into a Mavuika C1 and C2, Mavuika is going to be a lot better. But this is when we're talking about investment wise to your specific preference character. It is worth it to think about investing into Arlecchino, because while you don't always need the best of the best character in the whole entire game for you to actually clear Genshin. And who knows, maybe later on we'll have specific lunar kind of reactions that works kind of well alongside with pyro characters, which is where, you know, Arlecchino is going to be getting certain kind of buff as well. And then we have Furina, one of my most favorite character in the whole entire game, and one of the few character I have that I get to level 100 on my account because I just love her a lot. Furina is a very invested character on my account. I literally saved a whole year for Furina just to get her to C2, and then later on I got access to her C3. Absolutely amazing of a character herself. Many have been saying that Furina important is going to go down a lot more in the Not Cry patches, but I don't think that's the case, especially when we have Lunar Charge and Lunar Bloom that uses Hydro. I'm like, come on. She's one of the best supportive character out there in the game, and she is a Hydro character that can have access to a bit of healing, access to insane damage buff, a bit of Hydro application, really good sub DPS damage. Her value may not be as good as the future supportive Not Cry character that comes, but it's not like she is unusable in most of the team nowadays. Many of the team out there are still using Furina unless they are practically incapable of working with Furina themselves, which is rather rare. She will still be available in many of the teams. Now there are things you do want to note though, is that C0 Furina is generally quite a lot harder to use compared to you having a more of a Constellation Furina, because the damage buffing of C0 Furina takes quite a long time for it to hit the maximum. So technically, you're not always going to be able to get the maximum buff that Furina has access to. So yes, in a way, at the C0 Furina, it is not at her maximum potential at the very least until her C2. But that just goes to show that I think Furina is a worth it character for us to be investing more in, especially when I'm pretty sure many of us do have access to Furina at the current point already. However, there is another note that you have to think, especially when you don't have a C0 Furina yet, is that Columbina is highly going to be a Hydro character, and there are rumors that she is going to be one of the best Hydro supportive character whenever she comes. So I don't know if whenever Furina banners come back we'll have more information on Columbina just yet, but what I just want to say is that it's going to be better if you wait for more Columbina, if you're more invested into the meta, having the best supportive character out there and you do like Columbina. But yeah, I'll be looking out for Columbina's latest information whenever we can, and I'll update you guys when there is more of it as well. And then there is Zhongli coming back as well. I don't remember when it was the last time Zhongli is here, but he's not that important of a character, mostly going to be buffing you with his shield. Not too much of an importance character, especially when we're most likely going to be using Shilonen in Zhongli's place whenever you get a chance to. But the overall things of his kit regarding the shield, resistant shred, as well as tenacity set that he's got access to still provide you some decent buffing here and there. And from some of my team's prediction, Zhongli can potentially work on a Nefer's team, which is why they're probably having Zhongli's back at the current point. But if you don't have Zhongli, then I don't think he's going to be a worth it character for us to be pulling, as first of all, Geo character is still in a bad spot. Secondly, we have a lot better supportive character that we can go for. So overall, he's going to be again a preference character that we can look into, but he's still not going to be used on most of the team comps unless you're having a tough time dodging the boss and getting instantly one-shotted by them. So that's probably only when Zhongli's valuable, but other than that, he's a skip. So those guys are some of the information regarding the character that are going to be on Luna's second banner. Here's going to be my priority ranking of the character pooling if you are only looking into patch Lunar 2nd itself. Is that if you have Lauma and you are really much into the meta, Nefer is definitely going to be on top. Otherwise, I think Furina would have slightly more value than Nefer herself due to the fact that Lunar Charge and Lunar Bloom currently are still using Hydro characters specifically, and most likely whenever other lunar reactions comes, Hydro character are still going to be valuable, and that is where Furina place is currently. And then next is going to be Arlecchino. Really nice DPS potential, she has really nice value, and obviously at the end it's going to be Zhongli. So those guys are going to be my discussion on the character that will be coming on a Lunar 2nd. I hope that the video have been helpful to you. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section and I or some other lovely Genshin player will get to you there. Again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as it is a free way to support me and not miss out on my future Genshin Impact videos. With that, I wish you a super day and I'll catch you on my next video.